Alright, if you're continuing on from the last video, these are the vocabulary words that we went over. Ray, angle, line, perpendicular, parallel, and oblique. I'm going to quiz you on these during this video, so you need to have a piece of paper and a pencil ready. Number 1. What is this figure? You're going to have to pause pretty frequently because I'm going to make this video short and fast, so pause in between each number. Number 2. Name this figure. Number 3. What is formed by two rays that have the same endpoint? What would I call this? Okay, you should have 1, 2, and 3 done. Double check your answers with mine. I would call this a line because it goes on forever in each direction. Number 2 is a ray because it has an endpoint and it goes on forever in one direction. And two rays with one endpoint form an angle. Now on your piece of paper, I want you to draw these three things, and I'm going to add a little bit to them. I'm going to add 2 points to this one, and I'm going to call them points A and B. If I do that, now this becomes line AB, and I would label it like this. This is AB, and I put a little symbol over it that shows it's a line. It's got arrows on both sides. It could also be line BA, because I can also look at this line going that direction, or both directions. Alright, next one, I'm going to add D there, and at this point it's going to be called E. So now I have ray DE. Now this one has to be labeled in this direction because it starts at D and it goes towards E. So I could not call this ray ED because it doesn't go that direction. Notice there's no endpoint on my symbol up here. It's just a short line segment and a arrow on one side. And then for the angle, remember you should be pausing frequently because I'm going kind of fast. I'm going to put an A, a B, and a C. And now I have angle, so put this symbol, angle A, B, C. And I can tell that that's the name of it because I can start at A, I go to the angle B, and then I can go to C. I can also go from C, start at C, B, A. So I could call this angle C, B, A. The important thing is that the B is in the middle because that is where the vertex is. That is where the angle is formed on point B. So I could not call this, I could not start at B and then go to A and C. So this is not angle BAC. I cannot call it that because it has to go in order in one of those directions. Alright, number 4, 5, and 6. So number 4. What is formed by these two lines? So I have two lines here, AB and line CD. And I would write it just like this. Line AB and line CD. What does that form? Next, number 5. We'll call this line PQ and line RS. What is formed by line PQ and line RS? What figure is that? And number 6. I've got two lines, they intersect at this point right here, so there's an intersection. And I've got line GH and line JI with the arrows on the end of the symbol to show that these are lines. What is formed right there? What kind of intersection is that? Alright, so just to double check your work, number 4 is perpendicular lines. And I can tell that because they form right angles at all of those, all of the angles that it forms are right. Next, what do we have? We have parallel lines. And they're parallel because they're equidistant. Remember, that means that they are equal distant no matter where I look at them. And finally, the last one is oblique lines. And remember, oblique lines are formed when two lines intersect, which this is, these two lines intersect right here, and a right angle is not formed. So I have an obtuse angle there, and I have acute angles there and there. So if you're working in your workbook today, page 151 in your math book, we'll have problems very similar to this, and then you're also going to draw them. You're going to draw rays, angles, lines, perpendicular lines, oblique lines, and parallel lines. So if you need a refresher, you can re-watch this video, or you can re-watch the vocabulary video that came before this. Have fun, good luck! And remember to ask any questions that you have after watching these videos.